It's funny that we're here doing stories on the 9 to 5 grind. I still consider myself to be on that grind, even though I work nights now. So after this wraps up, I actually have to go to work for like 8 hours. But this is a story from when my life sucked even more. I was delivering pizzas. I was at a low point in my life. To be clear, delivering pizzas is not a dishonorable job, but it is a shitty one. You destroy your car. Your managers don't even really have your back, and you end up in a lot of dangerous situations. And they're all the more dangerous because usually you're really, really high. I was delivering pizzas in a suburb called Owasso, just northeast of here. It's a very economically diverse town. On one corner, you've got the trailer parks where I used to live. And on the other corner, on the other side of town, the wealth just skyrockets. And you've got the McMansions, and you've got the golf courses, and the private schools for the upper crust. And we delivered to the whole city. So on any given night, you could be delivering to somebody who didn't have $100 to their name, and then you'd be going over to the sprawling estate of country music star Garth Brooks. But the best tip I ever got, and I liked taking tips out to the rich people because they tended to tip pretty well, but the best and most important tip I ever got did not come from the rich side of town. It came from the woods. It came from the most impoverished, down on their luck couple I have ever seen in my entire life. Don't start getting excited. This is not a heartwarming story. This is a horror story. This is about meth. So one night I get an order to a place that has no address. Just go into the woods, turn left, and keep driving till you can't anymore. And I'm like, hey, why not? This guy. $28 order, 2 pizzas. I'm taking them out to my car, and the sun is just setting over the horizon as I set out to the woods. You ever gone down one of those driveways that's so long you get really worried? Like you start thinking about all the horror movies that started out the exact same way with some dumbass getting slaughtered on some twilight-lit abandoned road in the middle of nowhere. And I'm just thinking I don't want to die in a pizza uniform. Kill me, please, but take the hat off. And I get to the end of this road and I'm met with just no house. There used to be a house. It looked like the footage you see on the Weather Channel the morning after a tornado. And this is way in the distance, so I have like a hike ahead of me. And looking around, I've lived in Oklahoma all my life. This is a place where they manufacture methamphetamine by the kilogram, okay? Trust me. You can tell. So I get out of the car, and I'm walking through the high weeds. There's dogs walking around like monsters from a video game with like swords sticking out of their back, and they're like eyeing me up. And I'm just thinking about my own imminent death, or I'm about to get robbed, like legitimately, as I walk up to this collapsed house. So I walk up to there's no door. It's like a portal. And I'm trying to decide my strategy. Do I call in when all of a sudden a man just appears? And he looks like exactly what you think he looks like. And he's extremely keyed up on methamphetamine. Unpredictable, a little bit scary. Now, this is not a story about making fun of meth users. There are mothers, there are fathers, there are friends. Hell, there was this girl at the store, best employee in the entire store, the only one you can count on. Everyone else is smoking weed, she's smoking Tina, she's the employee of the month. Creepiest fucking smile you've ever seen, but she got it done. Spoonful of meth. So this is about extremes, and these people had gone all in. So I'm standing there, and this guy is tweaking. And we don't even say anything. He passes me some money, I pass him the pizzas, and then he walks away into the shadows. And I count up the money, 20, 40, okay, $28, $12 change. And that's the kind of amount you want to hold on to in the service industry. You don't want to give it right back. You kind of want to hold on to it until they start to think it's yours, and they let you walk away with the whole thing for some good karma. It's one of those low-level confidence games you get up to in the service industry. And as I'm going through these calculations, a woman, previously unseen, appears before me like a wraith. And she puts some money into my hand too. And now I'm starting to think that I've misjudged the entire situation. They're not poor. They're probably from the other side of town. And this is their vacation home where they come when they like to party. So I crumple the money into a ball and I turn and I get back to my car because it's a rather long walk. I get in, I lock the door, the sun has gone down at this point, and I'm counting the money, 20, 40, 60, 80. Oh shit, they paid me twice. So now I have an ethical dilemma, right? I can go up there, back through the dark, walk in, negotiate, try and figure out, and maybe do the honorable thing and leave with no tip? Fuck that. I do a 3-point turn and get the fuck out of there. And as I'm doing this, I realize I've still made a huge mistake because I finished the delivery, but I'm still worried about my own imminent death because they're gonna call, right? And I'm gonna have to come back here for the refund and the revenge. They're gonna grate me over the pizza like little strips of prosciutto. But they don't call. I get away with it. I've gotten bigger cash tips than $52 before, but what made this tip so important was the lesson that it taught me. And that lesson is you don't owe your job shit. You don't owe your bosses, you don't owe the customers. They're not looking out for you. They're looking to rip you off. You may as well try to get them back. We were sold the 9-to-5 myth as a way to success by people whom it maybe worked for, but it certainly doesn't work now. Now the key to success is luck, more luck, and not getting hopelessly addicted to methamphetamine. So the moral of this story is no one is looking out for you. When you can get your hands on it, take the money and run. My name is Szabo. Thank you guys for listening. You're so awesome.